Coming up on OU Nightly, an update tonight after human skeletons are dug up on campus, and how investigators say they know where they came from. And a Norman woman released from prison 9 weeks into her 15-year DUI sentence, the new law being proposed that would have kept her behind bars. Plus, controversy over heart health. Find out which organization is pushing back against new guidelines from the Department of Health and Human Services. This is OU. First discovered at a construction site on campus. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Kevin Daniel.
And I'm Caroline Kramer. We first brought you this story last week when construction crews unearthed human remains on campus.
Today, the State Archaeological Survey confirmed the remains are believed to be cadavers used by OU medical students in the early 1900s.
An OU Nightly investigation earlier this week found records in the OU Daily archives that indicate the area was used as a cadaver burial site.
The university says that construction will continue with continued supervision and guidance from archaeologists. We'll continue to gather more information as this story develops.
At the state capitol, Oklahoma lawmakers are planning to change the DUI laws. OU Nightly's Gracie Stumblefield has the breakdown. Gracie?
Caroline, this decision from lawmakers comes after the controversial release of Sarah Polston, just 9 weeks into her 15-year sentence. She pled guilty in 2023 after a drunk driving crash that almost took the life of a 20-year-old. Under the current law, some DUI offenses may not be classified as violent crimes, which allows offenders to qualify for early release or alternative supervision. With a unanimous 9 votes of support from the Oklahoma committee, the bill now heads to the full Senate for voting and would then move to the House after approval. If passed, the new bill would classify a DUI with great bodily injury as a violent crime. Caroline?
Thank you, Gracie. With classifying these offenses as violent crimes, offenders would no longer be eligible for early release and would increase penalties for repeat offenders.
Norman Fire Department, is asking for your help. Take a look at this video. This happened on Westwood Drive in Norman. You can see a fire in the top right corner of the screen. Then a man comes into the frame and drives off. If you recognize the man or have any information, Norman Fire says to call their number listed on the screen. Now, Caroline, it's been a warm, dry, windy, and allergy-filled week. I'm certainly feeling it.
I am too.
So what we're going to do is we're going to send it over to OU Nightly meteorologist Parker Schrader. Parker, what can you tell us about these allergies?
Yeah, because of those warm and dry conditions, again, that drought is still kind of sticking around with us. We're still up into that extreme category here, a little bit further down to the southwest as well. And that is going to help to keep those allergies, as we've been all probably been feeling them, up into the very high category, with trees kind of up into that category. So if you have any of those allergies, that might be kind of the reason why you've been feeling sniffly or anything like that. So keep that in mind. But we have some rain chances on your weekend, so hopefully that'll help to bust the drought. Cold front coming in and a rainy start to your March. So guys, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Parker. 22 years after Home Alone actor Macaulay Culkin was arrested in Oklahoma, court records show the actor is now attempting to have his charges expunged. The actor was arrested in September of 2004 on 2 counts of possession of dangerous substances. His hearing is set for April 6th.
Hillary Clinton was questioned today about her ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Jack Hancock has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton faced questions from lawmakers today in a closed-door deposition related to Jeffrey Epstein. Clinton denies any knowledge of Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein's criminal behavior, saying that when she found out, she was horrified. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer says Clinton is not accused of any wrongdoing, and neither is her husband. Cuban forces opened fire on a Florida-registered speedboat, killing 4 and injuring 6. The Cuban government says the people on board were Cubans living in the U.S. and were armed, attempting to come back to the island. U.S. officials say they're not sure what nationality they were and that an investigation is ongoing. The U.S. and Ukraine met in Geneva today to discuss ending the war with Russia. Ukrainian officials say just before these talks, Russia attacked them with over 450 missiles and drones. The attack targeted critical infrastructure and residential areas all across the country. The U.S. discussions with Russia are deadlocked due to an area of land in Ukraine Russia claims as their own. And in a military parade, North Korean President Kim Jong-un says he promises to strengthen the country's nuclear capabilities. Kevin, Caroline.
Thanks, Jack. February is American Heart Month, a nationwide campaign encouraging people to protect their heart, even amidst the confusion about new food guidelines. OU Nightly reporter Alyssa Payne has more on the story.
I'm standing live outside of the Student Union, a place where students make choices about foods every day. The American Heart Association says that some of the best ways to prevent heart health and heart disease is by eating a balanced diet and exercising. They also recommend limiting saturated fats and other foods like meat, butter, and cheeses. New nutrition standards introduced by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. have challenged traditional dietary advice, especially about saturated fats. The AHA recently cautioned people to trust previous research published prior to the new HHS recommendations.
Media headlines and information from some social media influencers can be confusing and even contradictory. When messages conflict, I encourage people to look for evidence-based nutrition information from trusted sources.
Here on campus, students offered mixed opinions about the new nutrition guidance.
Honestly, in terms of organizations, I don't really trust any of them, but I trust them at the same time. And if you're interested in that stuff, just go take a nutrition course.
I think that it is something that we definitely need to research for ourselves, but I trust the American Heart Association so much. I believe in all the facts that they've given, and I just love going to their website and getting information that I can always trust.
Whether you choose to listen to the AHA or HHS, they do agree on one thing. Both say eating a nutritious diet of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains is essential in preventing heart disease. Even though American Heart Month is coming to an end, students are still encouraged to do their own research about the foods they eat. There are plenty of places to find information about heart health online. Reporting live, Alyssa Payne, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Alyssa. One tool you can use is the AHA's website, heart.org.
Coming up, we've got live music roundup that you won't want to miss.
And fewer highway patrol troopers are on Oklahoma roads. Why the numbers have been dropping for more than 2 decades. Coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Oklahoma has seen a decrease in highway patrol troopers for over 20 years. OU Nightly's Nikki Womack has how and why trooper decreasing is happening. Nikki?
I got the chance to ride in a state trooper's car and see firsthand how they are being affected. He had to drop us off a little earlier than expected because he had a call in Guthrie, Oklahoma due to their low staffing.
Trooper Austin Albridge slams the door into his office, an office that can go up to over 100 miles per hour. Oklahoma state troopers are always on the move, but speeding down the interstate, there's a good chance you won't see one.
We actually have less troopers on the road working than we did in the 1990s.
A steady decrease in the number of troopers, that's been a trend since the early 2000s. The culprit?
Combination of really not quite getting the funding that we're hoping to have academies, as well as losing retirements or losing troopers to retirement.
Right now, there are about 700 OHP troopers covering the entire state, working around the clock.
You know, either 5/8s or 4/10s, depending on what their shift is. But like I said, they're on call 2-3 times a week, and they really don't have a life outside the patrol, because when they get off work, they're now taking calls from 10 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning.
And that can take a physical and mental toll.
If you have kids, that can be definitely difficult to leave your family and to come up here for, 6 days straight.
To address the shortage and fatigue, OHP is planning more academies than in the past, in hopes of hiring 150 troopers in 18 months. Academy acceptance rates are low because the OHP standards are high.
It can be overwhelming, but that's why we look for, the applicants that have those self-motivating mindsets and that are really high standards for themselves.
A high standard and a calling to serve, no matter the challenges.
We've always come out here and hustled. We've always come out here and just done the best we can to serve the people of Oklahoma.
Indeed, the best they can in their office that is never closed for business.
OHP is currently accepting applications for their 76th Academy in September, with their 75th starting in March. Reporting for OU Nightly, I'm Nikki Womack. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Nikki. There's currently around 750 troops patrolling Oklahoma, and OHP's end goal is to get to between 1,200 to 1,300 troopers so they can cover all areas of the state.
It's not quite time for the Norman Music Festival, but there's still plenty of live music around Norman this weekend. Leah Smith has that in today's Around Town report.
It's a weekend of art and live music over at the Resonator Institute. Tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m., Kennedy Fine, Catlock, and Bailey Boy will be performing. Saturday afternoon, local artist and teacher Lauren Dansby will be holding a workshop for plate painting. Saturday night, starting at 6, Metal Tour, Apples of Eden, and Pie Hole will be performing for a night of metal mayhem. And there's plenty of Sooner sports in Norman this weekend. Women's gymnastics will take on Auburn, and the men will compete against Nebraska. Softball will play Sam Houston State and Alabama State, and baseball will compete against Gonzaga. Lastly, the men's tennis team will meet Vanderbilt, and we'll have more details on these matchups later in sports. And we have more live music in this week's Live Music Roundup. Tomorrow night, Hosty will be playing at Othello's Italian Restaurant at 7 and Robert Allen Acoustic at Hollywood Corners at 8. Saturday, Camille Harp will be performing at Yellow Dog Coffee Company at 11 a.m. and Christopher Cross, at Riverwind at 8 p.m. Sunday night, Henry Zellner will be at Rock House Bar and Hosty will be at the Deli. Both musicians will start at 10 p.m. Kevin, Caroline, back to you.
Thanks, Leah. An unexpected sinkhole strikes a Nebraska street corner, taking 2 cars with it.
We'll show you how the drivers managed to escape after the break.
It's been warm and dry, that's for sure, but we have some rounds of rain on the way. How much, when, and where? I've got it all coming up after the break. Welcome back to OU Nightly. Happy Thursday, everybody. But not so happy, this is this map right here. Now, this is the last time we've seen 1/10 of an inch of rain. I know we've been talking how dry it is. It's been at least almost 2 weeks since we've seen rain here. Almost basically 1/10 of an inch is practically a sprinkle here in Oklahoma. So it has been a while and it has been dry, but something that we've been looking at is that in the next 6 to 10 days, the Climate Prediction Center has us above average for precip. That is something we've been desperately needing for over the last few days, and that's what we're going to get. We're going to get some chances on your Saturday and as you head into your Sunday and into Monday and Tuesday. So it's going to be multiple kind of rounds of rain. So it's kind of first look at the weekend, kind of looking at what we got up that on deck for that. So Friday afternoon and night, it'll be pretty clear for the most part. But as we kind of look down to the southeast here, we got some scattered showers into your Saturday afternoon. So not too much here in Norman. But as we kind of head further into your Sunday, we might have some scattered showers again heading into your Sunday nights around Sunday morning. So that'll help to kind of bring in a little bit of some rain, and then maybe a little bit into your Sunday night as well. So kind of on that Sunday is looking to be the little bit better of the two for your rain chances. And then Monday kind of afternoon, we have again just rounds and rounds of rain. But unfortunately, the scattered look of this sort of rain into your weekend, we're not expecting a ton of sort of precip totals. We're only looking to about 1/10 of an inch here for this weekend round. So that's not going to be a lot. But hold on, we have some better news. Tuesday, let's going to go ahead and look at the precip for maybe further into your week. We got some rain chances heading into your Tuesday, into your Wednesday morning. So that's going to be first round. This is something we're kind of monitoring as well. That Wednesday round might have some storm potential, maybe some thunderstorm potential, and as well as Thursday, kind of afternoon as well. Those 2 days we're going to be kind of monitoring as we head closer to kind of see whether or not we got the ingredients for severe weather. We are about to hit into meteorological spring, so that's something we're going to be keeping in mind of as we head further into your March. So looking at the National Weather Center cam here, Highway 9 in Jenkins looking pretty clear. Clear skies are up into those mid 70s right here, 74 in Norman with a little gusty breeze out of the northwest, about 13 miles per hour. So across state, kind of seeing those same temperatures, mid to upper 70s, a little further down to the south with some temperatures up into those upper 70s. And tonight we'll kind of see some temperatures down into those low 40s here across much of the state. And then again, the next 7 days, we're looking to be pretty warm, almost summer-like temperatures on your Saturday. But look at that, rain chances pretty much all the way through your next week. So that'll be hopefully something that we get a lot of rain from, and we're monitoring for some storm chances as we head later into next week.
Thank you, Parker. Take a look at this. Drivers were left stunned when the ground opened up, swallowing 2 cars in Omaha, Nebraska. Here's another angle. The roadway gives way, causing the 2 cars to plummet into the sinkhole. Police say no one was hurt, with no word yet on what caused the street to collapse.
Well, tonight could be your last chance to see several Sooners in the LNC.
Well, another Sooner team settles in back here in Norman.
And a couple of Sooners could be jumping for joy soon as they look to combine their skills to make a statement ahead of their pro debut. We'll have insight on just how good they are coming up in sports. Hello, I'm Natalie Orozco and it's time for sports. How about you name this tune? Take me out to the ball game and take down Arizona State. Did you guess OU baseball taking down the undefeated Sun Devils last night? Where it all came down to the 9th inning. A 3-2 game, one last chance to win for OU. Camden Johnson's first leadoff triple for OU season, along with Jackson Willick's walk-off double, gained the Sooners their first win against the Sun Devils since 2006. 4-3 with credit given to the mound.
I thought the bullpen was outstanding. Yeah. I mean, even the plays in the first inning, there were 2 or 3 plays that could have been outs. And we got some big hits in that game. We didn't really start playing offense until the 9th inning. Our 2-strike approach changed. I mean, 2 of the 3 hits were 2 strikes, and that's how we played really good last weekend. We scored a lot of runs hitting with 2 strikes, and that's huge.
Now let's talk about Oklahoma softball finally running home. After playing away for the past couple weeks, the team is set for its home opening weekend starting tonight at 6 against Alabama State. Oklahoma is 51-6 at Love Stadium, so stay tuned to see what all the Sooners unpack at home.
Get it emptied, get your suitcase out of your sight, and let's know that we're home for 3 weekends. So we're really looking forward to not just these next 2, but opening up with Auburn at home is going to be really the start of the big grind.
And while it is a start to a big grind for some, it is towards the end for other sports. OU women's basketball hosts Arkansas tonight for senior night, celebrating 3 players. Reagan Beers, who is second in the SEC in rebounds with 10.5, Peyton Verhulst, a transfer who is averaging 14 points a game, and Beatrice Colleton, who has been part of 97 OU wins. And the team looks for a win to clinch a bye in the SEC tournament. And starting today till Sunday, former Sooners will be in Indianapolis for the 2026 NFL Scouting Combine, which is the most participants for OU since 2022. Today, defensive tackle Grayson Halton reached for the stars and vertical jump 36.5 inches, the 3rd highest by a defensive tackle in at least 20 years. We'll have more results on OU Nightly tomorrow. And while he reaches for the stars, Joey Chestnut, the legendary competitive eater, is set to appear at Oklahoma City's Comet Game May 5th to compete in a Cinco de Mayo food challenge.
Thanks, Natalie. A Grammy Award-winning rap superstar is taking center stage on Broadway this spring.
Find out which superstar is making her Broadway debut next on OU Nightly.
Good evening, I'm Lauren Jackson at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The Department of Justice just announced it's suing Oklahoma for not providing their full voter registration list. Utah, Kentucky, West Virginia, and New Jersey were also announced, in addition to the 29 states who are also facing federal lawsuits. Pam Bondi stated that this was done to ensure transparency within voting records. Kevin, Caroline, back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you. We'll keep you updated on that story as it develops. Now, Parker, back to you. Can you tell us a little bit about that rain we're expecting over the next week?
Yeah, no, it's going to be pretty rainy over the next few days into your weekend and into the next week. But, you know, as we head into your weekend, it's going to be pretty good to go outside. We've got some temperatures up into those mid-70s. Saturday looking almost summer-like with some 80s up on the board. But as we head into your Saturday afternoon and into Sunday, we'll start to see those rain chances begin to increase. Nothing too substantial in terms of rain amounts, and also just rain looking to be pretty scattered into your weekend. But as we head into your Monday and then Tuesday onward is when we're going to really start to see those rain chances really start to ramp up. And right now we're still far out, but we're monitoring that Wednesday and Thursday time frame for potential thunderstorm activity and just some severe weather around that time frame. So it's about to be spring, so we're really looking out for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, one award-winning superstar is trading her mic for the stage lights. Megan Thee Stallion will join Moulin Rouge the musical for an 8-week run beginning March 24th.
Megan will take on the role of Zidler, the larger-than-life owner of a famous Paris nightclub. This casting makes history as she becomes the first woman to play the character during the production's 7-year Broadway run.
Well, thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Kevin Daniel.
And I'm Caroline Kramer. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.